Okay, like I was saying, the Republic gave us this punishment and this trial to see what we are and who we are. And at the end of the day, we have discovered who we are and what we are. And we have decided to say that it will not work. It will not work. And because we have said it will not work, we have gone ahead and we are doing that which we're supposed to do. That on the 20th of May, we were not going to have anything to do with La Republique. And we are very, very convinced that as of now, we are on the march. And this march that we are and doing it, we are doing it to let La Republique know that the Ambazonian people are no more fools, because the first fool, as it is said in the English adage, the first fool is never a fool. Until you are fooled the second time, then you'll be a real fool. Now, with what the teachers and the others started where, it has opened our eyes, opened our understanding, and has made us to understand that truly speaking and sincerely speaking, we, the people of Ambazonia, have a right to get into our land and take over the land and do to it as we want to do. Because why? Our Father knows us. The Father knows what we are doing. That's why the songwriter and the musician say, Abba Father, you know my name. Abba Father, you know we are. And we are making it. Yes, we are making it big time. La République du Cameroon is actually finding it very, very hard. And finding it very, very hard, they have gone ahead to carry out that which is very detrimental to us, because we have really, really defeated them. And because we have defeated them, they are doing what they are doing just to make sure that we run out and leave them to continue in our land. But we have determined that we will not. We will say in His word that yes, Abba Father, you know my name, and He knows your name. Let's listen to our brother tell us a little bit about our Father knowing our name. All right, sorry for the cracking sound there for our Father, I know your name. Abba Father, I know your name. Yes. So I'm saying that the month of May has been and is a very terrible month. Terrible month in all the history that Ambazonia will remember, because that month of May, being what it was at that time, made it in such a way that our people got it very, very, very tough and very, very strong and very, very hard. So they got it very, very hard. And when they got it hard, of course, they mourned, they wept, they cried, and they were looking for a deliverer. And fortunately, God stepped in and brought us a deliverer. And today we are rejoicing because of what God has done and what God is doing to give us a deliverer. And we are marching on. Yes, we are marching on. This month of May, being a very, very pregnant month in our history, is a month that we shall not forget, because it was in this month that we got ourselves totally and mixed up. And when we got ourselves mixed up, of course, we got into serious trouble, as La Republique went ahead and did what they did to us. But we have come out to say that, looking at the scriptures and looking at the word of God, we discover that every set free who are in bondage, those who are willing and those who are not willing, but then we are willing. Yes, we, the Amazonian people, are willing. We are willing to get out of bondage. And this 50th year is a year that we have decided and we have determined that we will get out of the bondage of La République du Cameroon. We will get out of that bondage. So this 50th year that we are into, like I said, is a very pregnant year, a very, very pregnant year. And being a pregnant year for what we have already decided that we're going to do is don't relent your effort. We know there are a lot of provocations that are going on, and all these provocations are caused by that, hey, we have won. But what am I saying? I'm saying that they have not and will not win because we have determined and we have decided. And so this month of May 2022, being the month of Jubilee, is of God Himself has sent forth a deliverer. How is this deliverer going to be? The deliverer is just like all the other deliverers that have come in time past. Mostly humans, and humans with weaknesses. But what is God's expectation? Just obey my servant. And as we begin to obey those who are God-fearing, but also there are those who will not also want to obey what God has put in place. But guess what? I have listened and I have heard people say, but all they are saying is having an end to what had already existed. I've heard people say that every revolution has been carried out and the victory had come in the hands of a few people. Could that be true? I believe that that is true. Because when I look into the history book, which is the authentic history for everybody, those who believe and those who don't believe, those who accept it and those who wrestle with it, those who believe it to be the word of God and those who believe that it is not actually the word of God, it is the words of men, whoever and whatever. I have discovered that every revolution has always been carried out by a few selected people who are focused. And in the course of this, they are being focused. Are there distractions? Of course, yes. So many distractions. So many. And these distractions are distractions that will make the leaders of such revolutions to want to quit. But guess what? The Amazonian cause has been decided, and decided not by man, but by God. And if God has decided the quest for the Amazonian people, then let me tell you, what is going on now is just a sign to show that we have won. And because it is a sign that we have won, that is why you find our enemy, La République du Cameroon, doing everything, recruiting people and men and women who actually men and women who actually do not stand for us to go back home. How do we know them? Oh boy, you asked me that question. I want to let you know that it is not far-fetched. It's not difficult to know the people who actually are going to Boya and those who are not going to Boya. It's not difficult to know them. Now, the ones that are going to Boya are very positive, and truly, they are fighting to get La République out of our land. But those that are not going to Boya, They make a lot of noise, especially on social media, but they have nothing to offer and they have nothing to do with those who are, with the enemy in in our camps, but they are instead turning and fighting us who are in our camps. So that is how you know the difference. But our history has told us from 1961 down to where we are today that there has been all this betrayal, all this fighting, all this egoism. And the fighting is just because an average human being is selfish. That is the logical conclusion. An average human being is selfish. And because an average human being is selfish, everybody want to have everything for themselves. I just heard that the sheikh of Dubai, or is it Dubai, died. And people were talking how many billions of dollars he has left behind, but he was wrapped in a few pieces of cloth and laid on possibly a bamboo bed, because according to their tradition, you came empty-handed and you shall go empty-handed. And this teaching is going all over the place, but people are not seemingly knowing. So in our history today, I want to let you know that sincerely, Ambazonia is moving steadily and surely. Again, I want to let you know that a snake, as I told you a few days ago, does not have a house, but has the wisdom that can destroy, that can kill. And so many Amazonians that have the wisdom to destroy and have not taken the form of a dove are actually destroying and trying to destroy, which they cannot destroy. No, they cannot destroy. So I'm here, just entering into the studios now with me is our brother, Fred, who may have something to say very briefly in our history before we get into the program we have today. Doctor, um, okay, good. I would like you to come in and then share something very briefly with us. Remember the month of May, which we are talking about. Are you getting me, doctor? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm saying that. Can you bring your screen down a little bit so that you can be above the table? Yeah, good. Very good. Perfect. Perfect. That's fine. Now, I'm saying that the month of May is a very pregnant month in our history because it was on the 20th of May that Ahijo finally outsmarted, and played us by removing the federal system that was not even working and really bringing us to assimilation so that we can be completely wiped out. And he thought that he has done it well. And so many of us started getting missing, but never knowing that the God who created Ambazonia and made it for himself had kept people that today will bring out the history and let La Republique know and the world know that 1960 we were not with them when they had their independence, and that the God, that is the coup they made against us, we are cognizant to that. And for that reason, we will not in this generation allow them to continue with the kind of ploy and the games that they have been playing on us. So, Doctor, I just wanted to say something in that line to make our people know that we are fighting a cause that is.
Okay. The volume somehow.
Um, sorry.
Can you hear me well? Can you hear me? Can you hear me well? Unknown caller. The volume is down. The volume is down. Hello? I don't know what happened. The volume is down. Wow. Okay. The volume is down. The volume is down. Wow. Wow, the volume is down. I cannot hear. Okay. Wow, the volume is down. I cannot hear. Okay.
Doctor can come
The
in
volume
here.
is okay. The volume is down. Is it coming back?
Well, there is
I
a
can
little.
I can hear a little bit better now. Wow, I can't get anything. Can you hear me? Can you get me at all?
I'm
The volume. The volume is not up. Winifred, the volume is down.
just hold on,
Can
Doc.
you?
I've
Okay.
asked for assistance. I've asked for
Hmm.
assistance, and very soon you will be on with me. All right.
I can hear.
So,
I can
like,
hear a little bit now. Can you hear me?
okay, I can hear you. Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay. Good. So what I was trying to say was that we have to see the master minder behind all of this. It's the French Secret Service, as designed by um, Jacques Foccart. And remember that the current sitting president of La République, Paul Biya, had decided to work with French Secret Service and came to government in 1962. And so all what happened in 1972, he's fully aware of it, and he collaborated with the French. And the French were only using Ahidjo as the then current president of Cameroon to accomplish their plan. So it was a French plan to literally assimilate and absorb us into Francophone Cameroon that they fully control. Francophone Cameroon does not have any independence. We are more free minded in English speaking Cameroon. And so the French were just using that as a way of assimilating us, totally absorbing us so that they can fully control us. That's what actually happened in 1972. It was a French plan that was implemented and carried out with the full knowledge and approval of the current sitting president of La République, Paul Biya. So he is not ignorant of it. He is part of the team that worked together in collaboration with the French. Ahidjo was just an
Yes.
instrument that was used.
Okay. Yeah. Just like Doctor has said, we all know, Amazonians, as far as our history is concerned, we all know that French Cameroon is a stooge or a houseboy or just the gloves. Yes, it's just gloves that La Republique is using. And because of the gloves, that because La Republique is on the ground executing the purposes of France, Ahijah had these gods, the gods, the G-U-T. Is it G-U-T-S-S? He had
Mhm.
the mind to actually come in and try. Doctor, don't you think that these people thought that the Ambazonian, the Southern Cameroonians, the Ambazonians were the most foolish people, that you would try to bring them in, assimilate them, and then a federal system that was proposed, even though there was a lot of manipulation, and then the federal system never actually worked as a federal system. Then this guy would get up and put up a decree, would decree a decree that he has cancelled federal system and bring in united this thing. Which government in the world is ruled like that? Even at that time, dictatorship was noticed in a kind of a way. And those who knew that this is a dictator, they were very wise. But this guy got up one morning using the birthday of his wife, 20th May, and now impose a whole nation to come under the birthday to celebrate the birthday of the wife by bringing us into the French system. Don't you think, Doctor, that this is really an affront to the intelligence of the people of Ambazonia for today?
Well, see, these guys are operating under the leadership and guidance of Lucifer himself, the devil. Just like a
Right.
snake in the grass, tries to wiggle itself through the grass to get to its prey that they bite and
Right.
kill. That is what the French were doing. So after they had bribed Muna, and outmaneuvered Jua, as well as let me put this television, my phone off. After they had
Mhm.
outmaneuvered Funcha and Jua and bribed Muna, they thought that nobody else had any way to say anything, and that's why they came up with a plan. And then they manipulated us with that fake referendum where you could either vote yes or no. Yes or we, which is the same thing. And so they thought that they had already absorbed us, and they completed the program when Biya in 19, I think it's 84, immediately just changed the name and just took away that United out of the whole thing and called us La République du Cameroun. It was a French master plan guided by Lucifer himself, the devil. That is what happened. All their plan is
Now,
guided by the
this
devil himself.
Yes, Doctor, this is 50 years. That is that 20th May, of which we have declared, the government of the Federal Republic of Amazonia has declared a lockdown
Mhm.
starting tomorrow and ending on the 20th of May. Now, that 20th May is going to make the 50th year of
Mhm.
our being enslaved by La République du Cameroon. Because if you look at it, the 50th year includes the 1984 or also or authoritative or authoritarian change of the United Republic of Cameroon to Republic of Cameroon. What do you take of that?
Well, the good news is that 50 has a significance as far as the Bible is concerned.
Right,
When people had to give up their land, it says that after 50 years, the land should revert back to the family that gave the land up. So
right.
God is the one who created us, the people of Amazonia. He's the one who led our
Mhm.
forefathers to where we are now located in the different small tribes. And God has a
Right,
master plan. This same year, which makes 50 years, tremendous things are going to happen in La Republique
right.
as well as on the ground that would lead to our ultimate freedom. Whether they like it or they don't, whether they believe it or they don't believe, this 50 year is a landmark year that will culminate in our ultimate freedom. That is how I see it.
Yes, I think you are not far from the truth, because that's what I've been singing in the past few days, telling the people of Ambazonia to cool down. 50th year is a significant year in the hands of God. Humans may not know it, but in the hands of God, and in especially the people who trust in the God that makes things to happen with or without them, this 50th year is a year for Ambazonians to stand and wait, just like God told Moses, after hearing the voice of God, told the people of Israel, hey, stand still and see the salvation of God. And the Red Sea opened miraculously. People were looking at him as a joker. People were laughing at him. People thought that this is this guy. When he left Egypt, he was not playing the magic of the magicians of the Egyptians, But suddenly, at this point now, he wants to make the magician and the magic of the Egyptians, telling us that we should stand still while the enemy is coming very close to us. Ambazonians, listen, we are talking about a land that has a creator and a land that was rededicated to God in 2018 by the president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, Dr. Samuel Sako Ekome. And since then, God stepped in to fight the battles that the Ambazonians have been fighting since 1961. And we are seeing the move that God is making. Some people call it slow, but we have discovered that the tortoise has his house that is carrying and is moving with it very slowly. When anything happens, he jumps into his house. And so we, the Ambazonian people, we are moving with a house that has been built by Endele, by Foncha, by Jua, and the rest that have helped for us to come to know where we are. In fact, Doctor, I want us to say thank you to La République du Cameroon for their resistance to the small changes that we wanted. Because if they had changed our educational system and changed our judicial system, we would have still be in bondage with them. Our resources and every economy of ours that they had destroyed will still remain destroyed, and they will still continue to oppress us. But because they resisted just these two changes, they have made us to dig out who the Ambazonian man is and where our position is supposed to be. And with that, God is stepping in and is making us to move on, to move on, and to move on. So, Ambazonians, get ready. Our land is ours. Doctor, over to you.
Well, I don't know where to start, or more or less to say also where to finish. But all I want to let us know is that the French, in collaboration with La République du Cameroun, they have their dirty plans to absorb our people and rob them of their resources. They don't care about the lives of our people. But the good news is that there is a God who created the entire universe. The earth is only a small portion of that universe that God created. And Amazonia is also a place on the earth that God created. He's the one who owns everything. He's the one who created us. He knows our individual tribes. He led our forefathers to where we are now settled, wherever your tribe is, whether you are in Bicom land or in Banso land or in Menemo land or any place that your forefathers settled. God is the one who led them there. And he loves us. He cares about us. All the wicked, cruel plan that the French, in collaboration with La République, have to kill us for the sake of our wealth, God is going to bring that to naught. It will not stand the test of time. It has failed. All their efforts are futile. It does not matter who is masterminding it. Whatever weapons they think that they have, all of them are not going to work. They have failed. And God is going to uphold our people and maintain them and use them because they are his people. He's the one who created them for his glory. That's what I can say. Let the people not doubt. The only time you doubt is when you don't know the truth and you are afraid and you live in sin. What I mean is you live in abject disobedience
Disobedience to God. Yeah, sin
to the
is
word of God.
abject disobedience to God. Yeah, yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor. I think we are running to the end of our show for now. But remember, we are in here for a very big start. There is a program that has been running from Monday, and it is running from Monday to Friday, organized by the communications department through the director of news. And today, you will be coming in a short while to talk about church and politics in our
Mhm,
society. I'm sorry, in our struggle. You know what
mhm,
part the church and politics has to play in the game
mhm,
in which La Republic has set before us. And I'm very
mhm,
happy that this topic came to us because by God's grace, He has given us what was I'm looking for an adjective to describe what God has given to us, the root of what we are going to be saying concerning church
mhm,
and politics. And so,
mhm.
with that note, I want you to say your last word to our people in this particular program, our history, before we call it quit. Over to you.
Yes, my last encouragement is that the people should not doubt themselves. They should not give up. They should stand firm. because we are on the right side of the history. Our cause is right, and we have already won the case. That's why La Republique is running away, because if you stand in a true court where people present arguments, they don't have any argument. So they know that they have already lost. That's why they are running away. If you know that your cause is right, you want to come forward and present it. But they can't, because they know that they have already lost. So all they can do is try and kill, bribe people, deceive people, twist things around, and hope that it goes away. But it will never go away. The truth remains and will continue to stand the test of time until it is evident to everybody that our cause is right, our nation is determined by God, and we are free. We are not only going to be free, but we are already free in our
Thank you.
spirits, and they will see it for themselves.
Thank you very much, Doc. We are already free in our spirit, and we are just looking forward to getting into our land physically and possessing it. But for now, we want to tell Ambazonians that that is our land. We are already there in the spirit. God bless Ambazonians. God bless our resistant forces that are on the ground, those who are standing to make sure that they are not only there to receive chips from the coup plotters and other groups that have sprung up in this very last minute, knowing that it's the 50th year, the year of Jubilee. But for those who have stood to say that, no, we must get down to Boya. God bless you, and God bless the people of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. Long live the interim government. God bless us. Bye for now.
Amen.
And this one